again, YouTube. This is Dr.Kendo, and I'm looking for the right man. Oh man, I should redo that. I mean, I don't mean it like that. What I am doing is looking for the correct Scribblenauts man. There, that one. Okay, I needed that specific shirt design and pant design and stuff because they have various men designs, I guess, in Scribblenauts. Okay, gotta get past this awkwardness here. We are creating a well-known video game character today. I'll show the usernames of the people who requested it, but just as a reminder, I'm not taking any new requests right now. So if you leave a request, I'll probably just delete the comment because I don't want other people seeing that you're requesting something and then thinking that requests are actually going to be taken. So that's why if you ever request something and then you notice that your comment is deleted, that would be the reason. Just trying to police things a little bit there with that. And so we've put on Deuce, or Duce, D-U-C-E, that's one of Maxwell's brothers. We put his legs on, and now I'm typing in dancer to use the arms of the dancer, and you notice that it's this orange colored body, kind of the same orange hue that I did for Tails, and I'm making the belly and the head right now. The belly is just an egg. What in the world are we creating? Well, the request comes from a while back, and it is for Crash Bandicoot, one of Sony's famed characters. So Crash Bandicoot is who we are creating today. Hopefully you guys all know kind of what he looks like, but maybe I'll show an image of him at the end. We use the hula dancer's arm, but this comes from the general 29-page library in Scribblenauts Unlimited. It comes from that library of shapes. It is a hula dancer's arm, but it's shaped actually differently. It looks different, though, than if you would have, per se, typed in hula dancer and actually taken the arm from that. It is a different shape. And then I've used glue for the nose, eggs for these big, huge eyes right here, and I used smile. That's his little grin right there that he's got. You can do grin or smile. And just a series of dots for the green and the black parts of his eyes right there. Cat ears for the ears. And one thing about this is Crash Bandicoot does have like some spiky tufts of hair or whatever at the top. It is like in a mohawk shape. It doesn't particularly look like this. You could also try hair, but I just wanted to use mohawk since I pretty much never ever do the mohawk stamp. I wanted to show you guys what that looks like. So you could probably accomplish that in many ways to get the hair on the top of his head. And Crash Bandicoot has actually gone through other designs and stuff. I'm kind of creating one that's maybe a little bit more modern, like it's getting closer to the modern times, but it's still somewhat a few years back and everything. I might as well just show the image when this is done creating, just so you can see what I'm basing my creation off of. And we're using eyebrows right now to put right above his big egg eyes. Now, when I made Mario's eyes as eggs, I know that there were a few people, it might have been like 3 or 4 comments that I can remember, and even my wife kind of mentioned something about it, that the eggs made it look kind of wonky, like they were too big. But every time I look at a picture of Mario, his eyes are huge, unless it's like Paper Mario or something. But you know what I mean? It's like, just go Google Mario, you know? Most of the modern images of Mario, he's got giant eyes. And so the same actually applies with Crash Bandicoot. He has huge, like, whites of his eyes, and then the green and the black are just little. So that is why he looks kind of cracked out maybe a little bit. And I'm using these fingerless gloves. Crash Bandicoot actually has gone through different images, as I've said before, but he's gone through different things that he has on his arms, basically. In one version of Crash Bandicoot, he was wearing these fingerless gloves. In another version, though, maybe closer to modern times, he actually has these tribal-looking sun symbols and stuff on his arms, like tattoos, kind of. We'll go ahead and give him some light scripting. Again, I don't get too far into this. You guys know that if you've been keeping up with my series. There are now like over 53 episodes of this Scribblenauts Unlimited object editor and Scribblenauts Unmasked hero creator series, so if you guys have been itching for more, be sure that you have seen all of those. These usually get uploaded every Sunday, so you can come back and check them out most Sundays. However, I think this Sunday I'm not going to be able to do it coming up this next week, but it looks like our Crash Bandicoot is done. Let's keep him here on the map and see what happens. He looks, of course, very excited and everything. One of the things that I did for his scripting, though, was I made him very emotional. So when he gets created, he becomes brave and emotional. Just in case things attack him, I want him to be brave and fight back. But here's what emotional does. He'll go through the gamut of little emoticons or whatever, emotional pictures and Scribblenauts. And so that's what's happening here. I mean, it's going through love and scaredness and sickness and all the different emotions. That Pac-Man one, politics. But anyway, he's going through all the emotions and stuff. And the reason is, actually, I've never even played a Crash Bandicoot game, which is kind of crazy crazy because he was released back, in the 90s, and I came into a lot of my kind of like early childhood fads and stuff in the 90s. I mean, I was born in 86, which makes me feel old sometimes compared to you guys. But yes, I believe it was 1996 that Crash Bandicoot first hit the scene. So I am surprised. I mean, I did have a PlayStation, and I had a PlayStation 2 when that came out and stuff, and so Crash Bandicoot games came out on those systems, and so I am very surprised, again, that I didn't run into him. He even had a kart game, I believe. It was like a racing game. I did create Crash Bandicoot in Scribblenauts Unmasked as well, but before we talk about that, I'll just give off some fun facts just in case you guys want to know some more about Crash Bandicoot. He was actually intended to be a mascot character for Sony to use to compete against Nintendo's Mario and Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog. The marketing department actually at Universal Interactive Studios, who produced the game along with Sony as the publisher and Naughty Dog as the developer, they didn't like the name Crash Bandicoot when the series was developed in 1996. This is Universal Interactive. Universal insisted that the character be named Wuzzle or Wuzzy the Wombat or Ozzy the Otzel. And so at that point, Naughty Dog, the developers, threatened to leave the project, and it actually made Universal's marketing people back off some. And this last fun facts right here, it's kind of interesting. In a poll apparently held by MSN in late 2008 to determine the most iconic video game character, Crash actually ranked at number 8. And in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition from 2011, he was actually voted as the 11th best video game character. However, the bad news is that he also ranked 8th on IGN's top 10 list of video game characters who should die. They added that it would be a mercy killing, so I guess they were saying, I think, something like he was just kind of a useless character or something like that, and I don't quite understand that because he is a protagonist and everything, so you would have to go look at their list to know about it, but they apparently made a top 10 list of characters who should die, which is quite unfortunate for our Bandicoot here. But you're seeing that he's created now in Unmasked, and I'm just making the finishing touches. For Crash Bandicoot in Scribblenauts Unmasked, I did make him out of the hero called Elongated Man, and we just painted the Elongated Man's, he's got this stuff on his belly right there to give that light yellowish peach colored, tan colored, cream colored, that's what it is, cream colored belly fur and stuff. And I actually made it so that his left arm, the one that the palm would be facing us, I made that actually have that light cream color as well because Crash Bandicoot's palms are a lighter color than the outer fur. He's got orange on the outer fur. And I know that you guys love to see fights and stuff, so I put this random villain here. We're in the Bat Cave right now for Scribblenauts Unmasked, so there are going to be a bunch of heroes here to assist our creation, Crash Bandicoot. Like there's one of the versions of Robin, I think, and that dog, whoever that dog was, I forget. I'm not crazy familiar with the Unmasked catalog because they have like 100-something, 200-something of heroes and villains. But yes, just in case you wanted to see, here is, let's go over to it. Looker is actually the arms, so I'll go over to her. There's Looker. And so Looker, I use the arms for that because it has those bands, those wristbands or whatever. It looks kind of like the fingerless gloves maybe, or some kind of symbols that would be on his arm. And then here is Elongated Man. So I took him and, colored that black part, the cream color, and the red parts, I just made those orange. And there was one image of Crash Bandicoot that I saw where he did have a belt, so I'll go ahead and just say that this, he has a belt right here, but he didn't in Scribblenauts Unlimited. So we're showing kind of two different versions of what you can do with Crash Bandicoot and how you could create him. I hope this helps you guys be able to create him a little bit better. I want to give like 3 announcements. I really, really want to thank you guys. It was so awesome last episode. I talked about there was like some trollers and some really opinionated people and some haters and all that kind of just negative people. I was talking about them, and they're not even all that plentiful on my channel. It's like often as humans we kind of focus on like bad stories and bad things that happen to us and stuff, but I always make sure that I can focus on the positives, and I definitely love everything that you guys said. You guys left some of the most supportive comments ever. You were saying screw those people, you're awesome, all this stuff. It was just great. Go check the last episode. There will be an annotation to it at the end of this video, but you can see just some of the amazing comments that were left if you are curious. But it just proves once again that you guys are such a great online community, and man, I'm so grateful for all of you. Grateful for the positivity, so thank you so much! Now, it is actually January 11th on Saturday when I'm recording this, and I'll upload this, of course, on Sunday, as you guys all know. That will be January 12th. So 4 months ago, it was September 11th, 2013, and I made a video talking about 9/11, the attacks, the terrorist attacks in New York City, as well as on the Pentagon in DC, and I can't remember if I actually gave you guys an update of what happened, but basically during that, I was saying, hey, all of my proceeds for my channel, because I am a YouTube partner, any money that I make from the channel is going to go into a donation to the Red Cross, one of the organizations that helped a lot during 9/11, and who could definitely use our money for what happened in the Philippines lately and just all that kind of stuff. And so again, I can't give you guys the exact amount, but basically I was able to give a triple-digit dollar donation to the Red Cross, and I got the certificate from them and everything that thanks me for donating, but really it's a thank you to all of you. So I did put it in honor of Kendopolis, and as far as where the money went to in the Red Cross, I just said wherever it is needed most. So it is now wherever the money is needed most, and we'll probably do this again next year when September 11th rolls around. I think it's good to do these philanthropic things every once in a while, but yes, I just wanted to update you guys, and thank you again for that as well, because I can't remember if I actually told y'all what was the outcome of that. But anyway, the last update here is that, yes, as I said in the video, normally I do upload these every Sunday, but next Sunday I'm going to take a break just for that Sunday, so there will not be, mark my words, I know that somebody's gonna comment next Sunday, but next Sunday after this one, there will not be a Scribblenauts Unlimited or Unmasked episode airing then. My company is going to be doing some big meetings and stuff, some quarterly meetings this coming week, and so that's going to take some time, but I also really need to work on Scribble Ventures. That is falling way behind, and I definitely need to take the weekend to be doing that. So no Scribblenauts next Sunday. Please tell your friends if they watch me. Tell everybody. No Scribblenauts next Sunday. We will resume, of course, after that. So the date for next Sunday is the 19th, so there will not be a Scribblenauts episode on the 19th. There will not. I will come back in full force, though, after that on the 26th. But anyway, as always, I appreciate everything that you positive subscribers do, so I will catch you on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.
And down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return, to the rest of our lives at the spectacle we give. Down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return, to the rest of our lives with the spectacle we